Hey, what's up? Welcome to the DeFi Enthusiast channel, guys. If you like the content that I make, please give it some love. Share it with your family, your friends, and anybody that is interested in crypto because that motivates me to give value to you. Now, before we move on to our main segment, I want to talk about Chainlink again, guys, because it's so exciting. So this article from Cointelegraph reads 100% of Chainlink addresses are currently in profit. I couldn't agree more. Chainlink's bull run has created an abnormal situation where its entire supply is currently profitable according to an intelligence firm into the block. The recent Chainlink rally has led to some unconventional results. 100% of its supply is in the money or profitable. This metric simply represents a comparison between the asset's current price and the price at which it was acquired. If the current price is higher, then it is in the money. If it is lower, then it is out of the money. And if it is the same, then it's at the money. And Litecoin, 47%, Bitcoin, 90%. According to an intelligence company into the block currently, the entire supply of the Link token is in the money. For reference, about 90% of Bitcoin supply is currently in the money and only 47% of Litecoins. About 90% of Bitcoin supply is currently in the money and only 47% of Litecoins. Wow, guys, did you just read that? This is massive. The question is, how can 100% of addresses be in the money at the same time? This is highly unusual for any asset and is only partly explained by the parabolic rise of the asset. Every trade needs a buyer and a seller, so in theory, some addresses should be at the money. It's possible the price was bid up on exchanges without any getting withdrawn to a wallet before the snapshot was taken. Alternatively, the proportion of addresses not in the money at this time may be very small and rounded off to zero. Another theory suggested on social media is that previous Link purchasers, Link Marines, were the ones who pushed the coin to a new all-time high. But as these addresses had bought previously, their average purchase price would be lower than the current price. Pushing the address into profit, we've asked Into the Block for an explanation, and we'll update the story when we hear back. Chainlink's bull run is easier to explain. It has announced a number of key partnerships, integrations, and milestones. Also, the project just announced a grant program that will be awarding funds to projects that will help usher in the era when smart contracts become the dominant form of digital agreement. Massive, massive news, guys. And if you look at the Chainlink chart, it has been beautiful. It's overall. I mean, if you guys see this, in May when Chainlink was like in the $3 range and started reaching $3.72, I knew that we were going to see a massive rise in the Chainlink price. In June, when it was $4.51 on June 29th, you can see, and then in July 4.66. It's been on a constant tear, guys. And what's happened is there's been a little bit of a retracement, but yesterday it reached an all-time high of $9.93. And will we see a $10 Chainlink in August? I'm pretty certain that we will. Just my opinion, not financial advice. And in my personal opinion, again, not financial advice, if you guys haven't bought Chainlink yet, there's still time because I believe Chainlink has a lot of juice left in it and is going to see massive, massive, massive growth throughout this year and the entirety of 2021. Just my personal opinion, not financial advice, guys. But look into it. And to everybody, to the Link Marines, to the people who invested in Chainlink, congratulations, guys. I'm sure you are all happy. And a lot of you smart ones are hodling this coin. That's all I'm going to say. So moving on to our main segment, guys. So I am going to be talking about 3 supply chain coins that are in VeChain. And these coins, I believe, are going to take a pretty interesting market share when it comes to supply chain. Basically. And so we're going to start out with the first one. A lot of information is very hard to find on this one, but it's an interesting one. And this one is called FreightTrust. Its ticker is EDI. So what is FreightTrust? Automated supply chains start here. U.S. and Canadian customs get direct data exchange with national customs and government authorities. An ecosystem unlike any other. Blockchain, EDI, messaging, and commodities. Solving the hardest problems in supply chain. Unworkable. Broken business processes have significant consequences. We provide consistent workflows to provision, secure, connect, and run a fault-tolerant EDI VAN network at half the cost per message. Unavoidable. Easily share job-related information across your network, keeping yourself and your trading communities better informed and able to make more timely decisions. Urgent. Get instant validation details for message, segment, and data element. Submit documents and shipping information in real time to increase operational efficiency and accuracy. Automated notification status of shipments for clearing statements for Type 3 filings, invoice, delivery, orders, and forms 7051 and 3461. Get drawback reports that provide details about their entries. Automation as dynamic infrastructure. Built-in automation tools which trigger data transmission between parties, creating one single unified workflow for communicating and resolving issues. And real-time workflow. Reduce costly manual processes, automate workflows, and manage exceptions from one global platform. And guys, this is massive because in today's world where technology is constantly increasing and the way the world is running, time is money. Whether you guys like it or not, automation is going to be the new norm in many, many areas, of our lives. And it's already taken over many of the areas in our lives. And as you can see, it has made processes more efficient. It has definitely reduced the time for many of the time-consuming processes that used to take place in the past. And I think Freight Trust has a mission, in my view, to really, really tap into that automation aspect of the supply chain network. And I think that in the long run is going to do very well. If we look at the chart for EDI, it went on an impressive run. Back in June, on June 12th, it had an all-time high of 0.047. Okay. So, and then it was at 0.000341. So if you guys invested into EDI at that point, congratulations. But I feel there has been a retracement in this. However, I really feel that it is going to do very well in the long run. And what I mean by long run is a 1 to 2 year period or 3 years maximum. It's a long-term hold, guys. Not financial advice, just my personal opinion. Right now, it's on Probit Exchange, IDEX, Uniswap, BuyDesk, and BuyDesk. And I feel once it starts coming on more of the major exchanges like, probably Binance or Huobi or any of those type of exchanges, even Chinese exchanges like Hotbit and things like that, I think it's going to do very well. And could EDI be a part of Coinbase at some point? I don't know, guys, but it has a massive moonshot possibility. Remember, a lot of coins that we see today that are in the top 100, top 20, a lot of them were even at this point at a time. So this has a massive potential for growth. And while its circulating supply is not being shown here, its total supply is only 611 million. So it can do wonders, guys, and look into this one. And it's already partnered with Drury. Okay, you guys can check out all about Drury on drury.co.uk. And basically, it's a maritime research and consulting service celebrating 50 years of independent thinking. We are a leading independent provider of research and consulting services to the maritime and shipping industry, employing over 100 professionals across an international network of offices in London, Delhi, Singapore, and Shanghai. So these guys, we provide our services through 4 business units: maritime research, maritime advisors, supply chain advisors, and maritime financial research. These divisions combined support the operational and strategic needs of an elite and diverse client base of maritime and shipping industry stakeholders. They're exclusively working with EDI guys, and basically with the Freight Trust, with Freight Trust basically, and in terms of what Freight Trust provides, and So you guys can check all of this out. But what really caught my attention was, and this information, when you dig deeper, you find that out, is that they're working with the Baseline Protocol. So the Baseline Protocol is an open source initiative that combines advances in cryptography, messaging, and blockchain to deliver secure and private business processes at low cost via the public Ethereum mainnet. The protocol will enable confidential and complex collaboration between enterprises without leaving any sensitive data on chain. Now, the Baseline Protocol, look at the sponsors: Consensus, Ethereum Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, Ethereum Foundation, Nethermind, and Unibride. And actually, they're also working with Chainlink, guys. Just putting it out there. And there's a lot of stuff. I mean, if you guys look into the Baseline Protocol. Now, how did I find out that they're linked with the Freight Trust? So when you go to the GitHub page, there we go, guys. The module for Baseline BESU. And now, I'm not a very technical guy, but I can tell you one thing, guys. Yeah, see, enable Hyperledger BESU for the Freight Trust network. It's linked to the Baseline Protocol. So the Baseline Protocol is an open source initiative that combines advances in cryptography, messaging, and blockchain to execute secure and private business processes at low cost via the public Ethereum mainnet. The protocol will enable confidential and complex collaboration between enterprises without leaving any sensitive data on chain. So that itself tells you a lot, you know. And I think Baseline has a very, very bright future. Just my personal opinion, not financial advice. So that is the first coin, guys. The next one that we're going to look at is called Perlin. And Perlin is a very interesting coin, guys. I mean, if we look at the chart, it's been repeating. It's kind of been going on a trend, you know, on a very similar trend. You know, it has these, these little rises and then a little bit of retracement and then massive. You know, it spikes up and then it goes down a little and then it's going like, you know, it's doing a very similar, you know, sort of a pattern again and again. You know, it's been doing that, you know, since if you look at it around March 28th, you know, and this is really interesting, guys. It's been doing well. It's been its all-time low was 1 cent, and it went all the way to 13 cents on August 26, 2019. But its all-time low was 1 cent on March 28, 2020. Now, why do I feel Perlin is so great? Now, if we look at Perlin, it's building a more decentralized and sustainable future. Perlin pioneers disruptive decentralized enterprise tools, network platforms, and DeFi ecosystems for more efficient, inclusive, and carbon-friendly global digital economies and marketplaces. You guys need to check out the white paper. But what really caught my attention with Perlin was the International Chambers of Commerce partnership, guys. They're exclusively working with them. ICC TradeFlow, a revolutionary blockchain solution that allows enterprises to move from cumbersome and inefficient manual systems to a powerful new interoperable digital framework. ICC Clarify, a pioneering blockchain-based tracking platform that enables true traceability across the entire supply chain. An initiative aiming to streamline the processes of registering ships and provide an interoperable digital identity for ships. In Incoterms, Smart Contract Suite Perlin is working with ICC to pioneer the development of Incoterms for self-executing smart contracts and digital transactions. Massive, massive stuff, guys. Carbon. These guys are also energy friendly. Carbon, connecting carbon markets to decentralized digital platforms and DeFi ecosystems. This is a very unique thing, guys. I haven't seen any other supply chain coin, working within that carbon niche, basically. In that carbon niche. So that is like, that niche is so unique, it's niche, whatever, man. So despite explosive ongoing growth, carbon markets remain highly fragmented, liquid, and extremely difficult to access. To solve this problem, ICC and Perlin are supporting projects that generate high-quality carbon assets, which can be easily purchased by individuals and institutions as fungible tokenized digital assets to offset their emissions traded on high liquidity digital markets. Very, very unique, guys. They're working. You see Air Carbon Exchange, Perlin, International Chambers of Commerce. You can always click on find out more, and you'll definitely find out some interesting stuff. connecting carbon markets to digital platforms and decentralized DeFi ecosystems. So they're still in the midst of working the pathway to mass adoption of carbon trading. This is all happening right now. You guys can read the white paper here, But these guys are doing some really, really unique thing, guys. Unique things that no other coin in the supply chain, area is doing, basically. And if we look at the ICC, guys, International Chamber of Commerce, it's huge. We are the World Business Organization. You guys, if you just go to iccwbo.org, basically, you guys are going to find so many things. There are basically, Incoterms rules, arbitration, World Chambers Federation, trade finance, certificate of origin, publications, events, online training. These guys are massive. The world's leading arbitration institution. I mean, if you guys know, you must have heard of International Chambers of Commerce. I mean, a lot of people know about it, and it's massive, guys, massive. And they're exclusively working with Berlin. From to my knowledge, that is accurate. And International Chambers of Commerce is heavily involved in the development of the Dubai Smart City. Now, that is where I think Berlin is going to shine. As you guys know, Dubai, is part of the United Arab Emirates, and Dubai is a very, very wealthy place. And the smart city that is going to create is going to bring in a lot of money, a lot of new innovative technologies, and cryptos in there. And I think Berlin is going to be one of the one to look out for when that happens. Just my personal opinion, not financial advice, guys. So, and then if we look at some of the people that have been involved, the Zen Fund. Zen Fund is an early stage investment institution founded by Xu Xiaoping and Mr. Wang. Wei Zhang. I'm sorry if I got the names wrong. My apologies. In cooperation with Sequoia Capital China Fund in 2011. Sequoia Capital is a massive, massive fund, guys. All right, massive. The total amount of accumulated funds under management exceeds US $1 billion. Since its establishment, Zen Fund has been actively looking for the best entrepreneurial teams and investment opportunities that lead the times in the internet, mobile, internet future, technology, artificial intelligence, corporate services, healthcare, big consumption, education, and other fields. Zen Fund has successively invested in more than 700 startup companies and has accompanied Meikai, VIP Kid, Xiao Hongshu, Neuro, Yitu Technology, Yokyo Workshop, Hero Mutual Entertainment, Horizon Robotics, Prosperity Selection, Waterdrop, Mutual Assistance, Perfect Dairy, Fine Steel, Net Glue, etc., etc. You guys can check it out, guys. NASDAQ, so these guys, they're involved in Berlin's funding Berlin. Then we've got Silver Bay Capital. Now, what I found was really interesting was that a real estate firm, basically, Silver Bay Capital was co-founded by Joe Robert in 2011. SBC has evolved over the years as what started as just a non-performing mortgage company into a company that invests in non-performing mortgages, bank-owned properties, and commercial real estate. Silver Bay Capital leverages a broad network of industry executives, realtors, brokers, and direct marketing to acquire these assets. Our team is skilled in completing the necessary due diligence to execute transactions as quickly as possible. The company's funds have acquired numerous distressed investment opportunities nationwide and in Puerto Rico. So these guys are a pretty big real estate firm in a way. They're capital, basically, Silver Bay Capital. They're pretty big. Lots of good money behind this. And then we've got Lian Group. And these guys is a team of professionals building long-term infrastructure for institutional participation in the technology ecosystem. We invest, build markets, connect community, manage deals, and innovate to make the vision reality, a reality, basically. And these guys have invested in Berlin as well. Our track record: Alto Pharmacy, Bitfury, Spotify, Indigo, BlockCloud. And they have offices in Geneva and Luxembourg. Okay, guys, anyone that is located in Switzerland has a lot of moolah, straight up, So I picked these three out of all. I mean, there are a lot of great, there's a lot of great money behind Berlin, but I just wanted to focus on these three because I found them to be the most unique. I mean, you guys can look at all the other ones. out here on their, on Perlin's own website. And this is very interesting, guys. Very, very fascinating. And I think Perlin has a very, very bright future. Just my personal opinion. And now coming to our final block, supply chain crypto that I feel I'm the most bullish on out of everything else. That isn't VeChain, of course, because we all know VeChain is massive. So I really didn't want to focus on that. I wanted to focus on the other ones that I believe are also going to take a huge market share and are going to give some serious competition to a big player like VeChain. I know VeChain is massive, but I think all these are going to do very well. I think Perlin is going to do extremely well, in the Middle Eastern region, in my view. And Middle East is, with its whole obsession now to get, to innovate, and they're heavily involved in so many of the upcoming apps and technologies of today. And they're heavily involved in crypto now, and with their whole obsession with smart cities, I think Perlin has a great chance to shine. Also, I feel that with things like Freight Trust, I think they're just going to do great. They're going to do very good in the U.S. market, and that's great because the U.S. market is the king of all markets, right? But let's look at this one, guys. This is one of my favorite projects in my view. Just my personal opinion, not financial advice. And this is origintrail. Making supply chains work together. origintrail is an ecosystem dedicated to making global supply chains work together by enabling a universal, collaborative, and trusted data exchange. Now, before we get into more of the origintrail, let's look at origintrail right now. It's doing very well. It just is 21.61% up. It's 13 cents right now. Last time when I bought some of it, and I even sold some of it, I'm going to probably rebuy this one again. But I bought it at, I think, I don't know, 6 or 7 cents. So it's been doing very well since then. Anyways, guys, if you look at its all-time low on March 13th, it was at 0.003785, and its all-time high was 47 cents. It went on a tear, guys, on January 28th, 2018, but its all-time low, my bad, was this much on March 13th. Now what happened is, guys, what happens is when things like these come up, on people's radars, and especially with traders and everybody, they go into a massive buying frenzy, and that just takes the price up to a point which is massively insane. I mean, and that's really what happened with origintrail, and then it retraced. But now I think after that, after its all-time low, in March, look at how well it is already retracing, guys. It's already now like what, 13 cents? So it's doing a healthy retracement, and with a total supply of 500 I would say million, and circulating supply of 318,261,467, and with a market cap of 43,746,517, which I believe is a pretty, it's not too big of a market cap right now. I think this has a massive, massive growth potential, guys. And let me tell you exactly why. origintrail, leaving to a certificate and standards. They are exclusively working with BSI. Now, guys, if you guys don't know what BSI is the British Standards Institution. This is one of the most trusted names when it comes to supply chain, when it comes to creating certificates of trust, inspiring trust for a more resilient world. You guys should check out bsigroup.com to really read the entire and how many things are involved in. But BSI is your business improvement partner. We have shaped best practices for over 100 years, helping organizations around the world embed excellence, build competence, and capability for sustainable growth. Through our expertise, we transfer knowledge through ongoing training, information, and performance tools. We help clients comply with regulations, assess clients' processes, procedures, and products, and advise clients on how best to respond to challenges. Very, very amazing, guys. BSI is huge, and let me tell you something. The British Standard, institution does not just work with anybody, and they're exclusively working with origintrail. That is such a win right there, guys. BSI is using origintrail protocol to safeguard the validity, the validity of issued training certificates and business standards. All right. And see, so Origin Trail protocol is helping with digital transformation, organic farming, rail track materials, smart farming, fashion, financial flows, growing modern knowledge economy. Origin Trail's ecosystem is built on neutrality, inclusiveness, and usability. A protocol, an alliance, and a core development company working together to find the common ground for growing businesses. Trace Alliance, Trace Labs. You know, it's been awarded awards, and it's already partnered with Walmart and Food City, and you know, you guys can check out all the partnerships, guys. These guys are doing like a fantastic job. If you see, we are in Q3 right now with Origin Trail. You guys can read their entire roadmap. And when it comes to Q4, when their data marketplace mainnet release, Houston interface update, future development, fund governance established, Whitepaper 2.0, ODN roadmap for 2021 published, improve user experience with easier note key management, litigation optimization, additional permission data feature enhancement, support for additional data models. All this, when this starts happening, I think it's going to go on a massive tear, guys. Just my personal opinion. Okay, and when we see the alliance, Trace Alliance members, Deloitte, TMA Solutions, Gajima, Technology People, Trust Province, Oregon Tilt, Benefits, so these are some of the partners, guys. They're already also working with Walmart as well, just like VeChain is, and they're also working with some of the in Britain they're working with a lot of companies as well. If you click on see all members, you guys are going to see a lot of these, Happy Honey, Margento, Information Technology, Financial Services, Smart City, Loyalty Clubs, and mobile operators. Lucid Green, Cannabis, they're involved in that. Lucero, Performing Coatings, Hone Vu, Testing Laboratory, Oregon Tilt, Organic Certification, Retro, Pomers Milikarni, Dairy. It's a huge dairy company, guys. Halal Trail. I mean, this is like a massive, food and supply chain, for meats, especially meats that are sold in a lot of the, Middle Eastern and South Asian regions, and even in places like New Zealand. It's massive. And, you guys can check out all the partners right here, guys. And, if we just look at this in itself with so many great partnerships, and, and they're exclusive, and them exclusively working with BSI, I don't think anything can really stop this beast of a crypto project. And Origin Trail has a very bright future in my view, guys. They are massive, 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 and they have everything, everything that is going, everything for them is going in the right direction in my view. And I mean, wow, I'm personally blown away by Origin Trail, and right now I think even at this price point, you guys should be, getting in on the action. Just my personal opinion, not financial advice. And yeah, guys, this is massive, massive stuff. And so these were my 3 picks, for the supply chain sector. These 3 picks did not include VeChain because VeChain is obviously great, but I just wanted to, grab your attention and make it and basically turn your attention towards these particular projects that I feel have a very, very bright future, and it's only the beginning for them. With that said, guys, if you guys want to know how, today I got some more Tron dividends that I took out, and I'm still running these stakes on T2X, and Passive Tron has been doing well as well, and the Super Chickens is doing fantastic as well. So far, these are the eggs that I have accumulated, and my chickens are 74. So I'm constantly making this money work for me, guys. All the links are going to be in the description. Once again, guys, if you like the content that I'm bringing, please give it some love, because I really, really would appreciate that, and it would really help me out as well. And as you can see, my T2X balance that I had staked has increased now. I can restake this for even longer period and get more dividends and so on and so forth. This is one of the best staking platforms, guys. It's got such a fantastic future, and get in on the action, guys. So take care, guys. This is me, the DeFi enthusiast, signing out, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Bye.